Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om. Namaste, all of you. I was thinking that in these sessions, I should read out from Poojya Swamiji's book, Value of Values. And with his blessings, I wanted to share the contents of the book through this medium with all of you. And I sincerely believe that with Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, and Shastra Kripa, with our own Atma Kripa, we will be able to assimilate the teaching in this great book and make it our own. In the preface to this book, Poojya Swamiji says, a value like ahimsa is universal. It is so because every human being, through his or her common sense, knows it. Preaching a value, therefore, has no value. But each value is to be assimilated so that it does not get compromised under pressure of greed, pride, infatuation, and so on. This book, Value of Values, initiates the process of assimilation of certain important values and healthy attitudes discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. A well assimilated value becomes part of oneself, like even the value of hygiene. Deliberate living of a chosen value is a must to complete the process of assimilation. Let me read that sentence again. Deliberate living of a chosen value is a must to complete the process of assimilation. Puja Swamiji says, may this book help the reader grow into one totally acceptable to oneself. Let us bow down to Puja Swamiji and take his blessings so that it will assist us in assimilating the great values mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Values and Vedanta. In chapter 13 of the Bhagavad Gita, there are a few verses that deal with what we may call values. The Gita calls these values jnana, which means knowledge However, jnana, used in the sense of values, is not the knowledge of the self that is both the means and the end of Vedantic teaching. Here, in this context, jnana stands for the collection of qualities of the mind in the presence of which, in a relative measure, knowledge of the self can take place. In the substantial absence of which self knowledge does not take place, no matter no matter how adequate is the teacher or how authentic is the teaching. Knowledge requires three factors. Three factors are required for knowledge to take place. These are the knower, the object of knowledge, and the means of knowledge. These three factors must be present for any knowledge to take place. Our everyday experiences demonstrate the importance of these factors. Take, for example, the knowledge of sound. Firstly, we need the knower, the subject, to hear the sound. Secondly, the sound that has to be known or heard should be present. Finally, we need the means, the ears that are capable of hearing. These are straightforward factors, except the third factor, which may require some analysis. Factor number one presents no problems. It is clear to me that if I am not there within the range of the sound, I will not hear it. Factor number two also is self evident. If the sound does not occur, I will not hear it. Factor number three may not be that simple. Let us say that according to reliable reports, a sound did occur and I was within the range of the sound. Nonetheless, I did not hear the sound. All that it means is that I have to check the capability of my ears, isn't it? Which are the means of knowledge for sound. Mind must back the sense organs. If acoustical tests show that my ears are capable of hearing, but I did not hear the sound, the problem must lie elsewhere. Perhaps I was not attentive. My attention wandered. What does it mean? It means that my mind was not attentively backing my ears. I was there, the sound occurred, my ears were there and were capable, but My mind was not behind my ears to light them up for listening. Therefore, I must add something to my understanding of what constitutes an adequate means of knowledge. An adequate means of knowledge must include the appropriate and capable sense organ, eyes for vision, ears for sound, tongue for taste, nose for smell, and skin for touch. In addition, there must be an attentive, capable mind behind the sense organ. From this, we understand that for simple perceptual knowledge, the sense organs alone are not the pramana, the means of knowledge. The sense organs, along with the mind, are the pramana. When all factors, including the mind, are present, knowledge takes place. The mind must be prepared. When all factors, including an attentive mind, are present, does knowledge always take place? What if I'm seeking the knowledge of calculus? I find a competent professor of calculus who is a good teacher with the ability to communicate what he knows. He teaches me in English, a language I know. I recognize the words. To illustrate, he writes numbers and letters on the blackboard. I know and can identify the numbers and letters. I am physically able to see what he writes on the board. I sincerely wish to learn calculus. I regularly attend the class. The professor teaches while I listen and look. My mind is behind my ears and my eyes. Yet, calculus knowledge does not come to me. Why? My mathematics background is shaky. I am not certain whether 7 plus 4 equals 9 or 12. It means that I lack the necessary preparation for calculus. It is obvious that we must add something more to our understanding of an adequate means of knowledge. We saw that a means of knowledge must be appropriate, capable, and backed by an attentive mind. Now we must add yet another qualification. The mind, at least in some instances, must not only be capable and attentive, but also be prepared. In order to be ready for calculus knowledge, a samskara, a certain discipline in mathematics is required. Only then can we get calculus knowledge. Let us take this discussion, interesting discussion, forward in the next capsule. Hari Om.